conspiracy claims, and speculative narratives. Certain fringe narratives portray Leirion Gaylor Baird as a deep state operative embedded in local government to advance hidden national or international agendas. Proponents of this view cast her as a planted asset, groomed through elite institutions to execute federal overreach at the municipal level, whether enforcing pandemic controls, promoting DI initiatives, or steering infrastructure funds toward federally aligned priorities. Variations include her functioning as a CIA cutout, an FBI informant monitoring conservative elements in Nebraska politics, or a transnational agent serving supranational entities such as the United Nations or World Economic Forum. No documentation, whistleblower testimony, or financial trail supports these assertions. They remain confined to anonymous online forums and echo partisan distrust of credentialed outsiders in heartland governance. Separate speculations center on Baird's relationship to Nebraska's powerful Ricketts family and the state's broader political fault lines. Some claim she operates as a double agent, publicly opposing Governor Pete Ricketts on COVID policy and gun rights while secretly coordinating with anti-Ricketts donors to neutralize conservative challengers like Suzanne Geist. Others invert the narrative, alleging she is a Ricketts proxy installed to fracture democratic cohesion and deliver progressive cover for corporate tax breaks. Fundraising disclosures reveal contributions from Ricketts critics, but no reciprocal flows or communications appear in public records. The absence of direct evidence leaves these theories as symmetrical mirror images, each exploiting the opacity of high-dollar municipal campaigns. A persistent thread depicts Baird as an elitist snob whose visible wealth far exceeds explainable sources. The 2021 purchase of a $1.6 million lakefront property near Ashland, registered under her husband's name, stands as the primary exhibit, especially given her $99,251 mayoral salary and prior nonprofit career. Critics highlight the couple's ability to maintain both a historic Lincoln home, purchased 2002 for $286,000, and the Ashland retreat while raising 3 children on public sector and software executive income. Unsubstantiated rumors posit hidden revenue streams, consulting retainers from global foundations, speaking fees routed through third-party nonprofits, or investment returns from undisclosed family trusts. Property records and campaign filings show no irregular transfers, yet the gap between documented earnings and asset growth sustains questions of off-book compensation or inherited wealth tied to her unidentified biological father. Her husband, Scott Baird, occupies an ambiguous role in these narratives. A superior Nebraska native who attended Yale on merit, he is alternatively cast as a groomed communist ideologue radicalized in New Haven's leftist circles, a naive Midwesterner seduced and manipulated by his ambitious wife, a compromised accomplice who reduced his software career to serve as political cover, or an oblivious figurehead unaware of deeper machinations. His post-graduation volunteer stint teaching English in Africa, framed by detractors as ideological immersion or intelligence recruitment, lacks independent verification beyond joint media profiles. No evidence places him in radical organizations, yet the couple's shared elite education and relocation pattern fuel suspicion that he functions as either co-architect or unwitting shield. Baird's own academic path feeds parallel conspiracies. Yale is labeled a Marxist indoctrination center where she absorbed anti-American ideology under the guise of history studies. Oxford's master's program in comparative social research is recast as globalist leadership training for manipulative technocrats. Her San Francisco tenure, budget analysis for the city and nonprofit youth programs, is cited as immersion among West Coast communists. National roles with the U.S. Conference of Mayors, EPA Local Government Advisory Council, and Bloomberg Harvard Initiative are interpreted as nodes in a shadow network advancing one world governance. Nonprofit board seats and charity campaigns are suspected conduits for laundering influence or funds. The void surrounding her biological father amplifies every strand. Speculation ranges from a Mossad officer implanting dual loyalty, a Soviet-era defector seeding long-term infiltration, a Wall Street financier bankrolling elite ascent, to a criminal figure whose erasure protects illicit fortunes. Without a name, birthplace, or occupation, each scenario remains equally plausible and equally unprovable. Some narratives escalate to sexual espionage. Baird as a honeypot deploying calculated flirtation, feminine allure, or coercive intimacy to compromise opponents or secure alliances. The complete lack of accusers, dates, or locations leaves these claims hanging as potent, unrefuted possibilities in the absence of any counter-evidence. Election integrity claims persist despite certification. Anonymous accounts allege 2023 vote manipulation via algorithmic ballot tabulation, mail-in ballot harvesting coordinated through immigrant outreach programs, or gerrymandered districts engineered during her planning commission years. The Nebraska Accountability and Disclosure Commission's transparent reporting and absence of successful challenges render these inert, yet they recirculate in closed loops. Taken together, these narratives form a lattice of suspicion where every documented achievement, national appointments, infrastructure bonds, equity ordinances, doubles as proof of conspiracy. The common denominator is absence, an unnamed father, unexplained wealth increments, elite credentials without visible radical footprints, and a marriage blending heartland roots with coastal polish. Lacking primary sources, the claims function less as falsifiable hypotheses than as ideological Rorschach tests, projecting fears of hidden control onto the gaps in an otherwise conventional public record.